Hi, this is Steven, and I'm a mental calculator, and in this video I would like to show you some of the techniques I use to calculate squares. Um, I have a variety of some techniques, or here's my notes on what I'll show you this time. Now first off, squaring a number is where you multiply it by itself. So it was 13 times 13, that's 169. 12 times 12 is 144. However, um, there's some um, that it's very important to know that binomial formula. Eventually, many times when squaring, you're doing binomial formula, whether you know it or not. And binomial formula is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And like from when I square 12, and we don't denote squaring a number putting a 2 up there. And 12 squared equal. So if I decompose it into 10 plus 2 squared, then I would follow this formula. Many times not explicitly. So there'd be 10 squared, which would be 100, plus 10 times 2 times 2, so that's 40, plus 2 squared is 4. Now this is a tedious way to do it, but I don't think of it that way. So anyway, I'm going to keep that formula up there the rest of the video. Keep in mind that all-important formula. Anyhow, here's a first little trick, which feeds into other techniques, which I discovered early on as a kid, is if you want to do 12 squared, you can just double that 2, and then square that 2, your answer. 13 squared, then you just double that 6, square that 3, got your answer. Do 14 squared, just double that 4 to 8, square that 4, you got 16. Now you have to carry. So now it's 196. The answer. Anyway, I'm going to erase that. I'm going to get a better backing for this down the road. Now, I can bring this up to the next trick, which is very similar. Let's say you want to square 112. Well, you can do the same thing. Double that. 124. Square it. 144. Now, so it's it's 12,544, which is the answer. Now in this case, notice that you doubled the 2 digits here to 12, and then you square that 12 with another 2 digits. So in this case, you're going to have 5-digit number. So you have 1, the 24, and the 44, 144, that 1 carried over. Expressed another way is this. So enough of that one. There's another thing we can do similar to that, but in the negative direction. Alright, say we want to square 98. Well, that is the same as the quantity 100 minus 2 squared. So, I do the same thing but negatively. Again, just a tedious way of doing it, but it is good for exposition. And so, I take the 100, I double that minus 2 is minus 4, and then square that, so it's plus 4, because if you recall, a negative number when multiplied by itself is a positive. So it's a plus 4. So anyway, I got for here 96. This is going to be 2 digits now. So this is the answer. Now, the more intuitive way of thinking about it is, we'll do the next one. 96 squared. Then we're basically, say it's 4 from 100, subtract 4, it's 92. Square that difference from 100, that's 16. Sorry, my battery died on me. So anyway, back to this. So yeah, if it's 98 squared, that's 100 minus 2, that quantity squared. So you double that minus, so it's 100 minus 4. Square that negative 2, that becomes a positive 4. It should be like a 04, because we have that 1 digit, 2 digit, 2 digit. So, but in this case, 1 digit is 0. So we have 9604. In this case, where 96 squared is 4 away from 100, then you double the minus 4 from 100, and so it's 8 from 100 is 92. 4 squared is 16. 92, 16. Yeah, try to keep it pretty intuitive, or at least it should be intuitive once one has enough practice in this sort of thing and understands the basics of it. Now there's also like a little trick with, as elementary as people show on YouTube, but I'm going to show you anyway. So like if you have 25 or any number ending in 5, you take this digit here, multiply it by one more than itself, you have a 6, and then any number ending in 5 when squared will end in 25. So you have 625. So anyhow, it's like, it was 35 squared, that's 3 times 4 equals 12, and then tack on the 25, that's your answer. So 45 squared, you got 20, 25. So anyway, enough of that. Try on your own, and even try on a 3-digit number and see how you do. Don't get discouraged if you don't do the best your first time around. It's only natural that you make mistakes. It's fine. Then there's so I got negative, positive complements. Alright, so I'm going to now go into my next use, and that is using squaring numbers near 500. And the same for squaring numbers near 50. So I'm going to start with 50, then go to 500. So you want to square 52. So there's a thing with that where if it's in the 50s, first off, I start with that base number 25. Then I add that 2 right here. Now, the explanation for that is because this 2AB, 2 times 50 is 100, times 2 is 200. So you got right here. And that 2 squared is 4. So you end up with 2704, the answer. So number one, try 56 squared. Start at base 2500, add that 6, add that 6 squared, which is 36. You got 3136, the answer. Now again, we'll try it for negative numbers added to 50. Well, same as subtracting a positive number. Sorry for your confusing language, but it's the same. Say we try 48 squared, then you have that same number base of 2500, and we'll subtract 2 from that and add the 4, because a negative number times itself is a positive. So we'll end up with 2304, the answer. Now on to 500. 500, it should be pretty much the same. I'm going to say you want to square 512. Yes, I know it's to the ninth power for some rare ones of you who would know. So yeah, I'm going to square 512. So how I would do that is very much the same as the other way, except that I have a base number of 250,000. Because 500 squared is 250,000. So I'm going to add that 12 right here. That's where I add that number. Add the 144, which is 12 squared. So I got 262,144. My answer. Now, if you don't understand something, pause, rewind, pause the video, and make sure you understand. Now, let's try with the negative case again. 488 squared. This is negative case, but it's 500 minus 12. So, we're going to use that same base of 250,000, and we'll subtract 12 right here, and we'll add 144, because it's negative 12 squared, so your number squared is a positive, so we'll subtract that 12 from 250, so you have 238,000 plus 144. Here's your answer, 238,144. Now, there is also a more mechanical. Hi again. I have a static problem over there, so I'm going to redo this one. Just so you basically one way of doing the longer form. So anyhow, instead of expanding this out this time, it'd be pretty similar to this, except what you do is square that. Next step, you double and multiply those two. Next step, double and multiply the beginning and end, and square the middle. Then double and multiply those two, then square the end. So I'll show you using 512. 512 squared. So first off, 25. Then double and multiply, so that's 10. Double and multiply, that's 20 plus the 1 square is 21. Double and multiply, that's 4. and then square the 2 is 4. That's 2, 6, 2, 1, 4, 4. That is the answer. Anyway, hope you liked my video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Take care. Bye.